It all began in 1981.
When I discovered that government funds were only able to deliver weekday meals to the homebound elderly and nothing at all on weekends or holidays.
I thought, how can I live the way I live with the kind of delicious excess of a restaurant critic if people on my block are not eating?
The first year, Gail was able to raise $35,000 with help from some of her friends in the food world. The second year, we were up to $500,000, and that was from hundreds and hundreds of people. And we said, what are we going to call this program? So I said, well, what about City Meals on Wheels?
Gail and Marcia soon discovered New Yorkers from all walks of life willing to help their most vulnerable neighbors.
We didn't have any service on the weekends, and so we were very delighted when Meals on Wheels came along and took over the weekends, so that now we have food every day.
Ensuring our city's homebound elderly have food every day is truly at the core of what we do. From festive meals on Thanksgiving and Christmas to traditional kosher for Passover favorites, and life-saving meals in times of emergency, whether a local power outage, a winter storm, or in the aftermath of a citywide crisis like 9/11 and Hurricane Sandy. City Meals has always been deeply rooted in the culinary community. That support has only grown through the years with programs like Chefs Deliver.
I decided to ask many of my colleagues, chefs in New York, to join me in creating Chef Deliver. It's sort of one large family of chefs participating in supporting City Meals.
Chefs Deliver is one of the many ways City Meals has evolved to meet the changing needs of older New Yorkers. In the past decade, we've also introduced our mobile food pantry and fresh produce programs to help those most at risk for malnutrition. And with the city's senior population expected to grow 40% by the year 2040, we expanded our warehouse operations with the opening of the Joan and Bob Tisch Emergency Meal Distribution Center.
City Meals on Wheels has a new place to prepare meals for thousands of elderly New Yorkers. The charity unveiled its new warehouse facility in the Hunts Point section of the Bronx. Thanks to the extra space, City Meals can now keep 30,000 meals in reserve at all times for emergency deliveries for the homebound.
This expansion was instrumental in our response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
For the past year, City Meals on Wheels delivered over 3 million meals. That's 2/3 more than the year before. At the height of the pandemic, these essential workers delivered meals to 50,000 food insecure seniors daily.
Over the years, much has changed, but one thing has remained the same since 1981. 100% of all public donations are used for the preparation and delivery of meals. People don't just need food to survive. They need connection.
I love to be around people. Both of you have been. You make me happy. Because otherwise I'd be sitting here alone talking to myself.
The majority of our recipients live alone, and nearly half are no longer able to step outside their own front doors. Our staff and volunteers provide that connection. Gail once wrote, "Food and friendship should never be a luxury. We must never allow our elderly neighbors to feel invisible or forgotten, hungry or alone." Thanks to her, you, and the efforts of countless others over the past 40 years, City Meals makes sure they won't be.